Hi, I'm Chase Stanton. I'm the station manager here at SCTN, and this is another episode of Saline Speaks. Today I'm joined by Terri Sibo-Koenig, who is a recently elected council member and also the project coordinator for the Saline Chamber.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming in and joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And so to jump right into it, in the last month you were elected, correct?
Yes.
And so congratulations, one.
Thank you.
But also, kind of for everyone at home, what led you to want to be a part of council?
Well, I had been on council in 2006 and 7 before, so this is my second term with a big break in the middle. And I sort of took time off in the middle to work with some other groups, and then took some personal time in the last couple of years. Decided I wanted to become involved in community activities again. And council is really an accessible form of government here in Saline, and I thought that I could sort of be a positive contributor.
Oh, that's great. I didn't realize that you were a former member.
Mhm.
So, and so for people who might not know, what was kind of your professional background before?
In my former life?
Yeah.
my former life is pretty far away from any kind of politics at all. I was a network administrator and software trainer. I worked for about 12 years down at the Henry Ford Museum, and then worked, when I came out to Saline, my first job out here was at R&B Machine Tool, and then I worked for a book printer. So then I took a big break with my family, so my former life doesn't really, I don't use it all that much in my current life,
But we did talk a little bit before the show, and you've definitely had and are going to have involvement in a lot of different organizations and groups in the city. So
Yes.
We can kind of talk about that a little bit. I guess chronologically, you used to be involved with Saline Main Street and the group before while we were trying to get
right.
accepted as a Main Street city.
Mhm.
Would you talk about that a little bit?
And before that, before the Main Street activities started, when I first came off of council, one of the first things I did was work with the 212 Arts Center as they were starting up, which was a lot of fun being involved with the creative community. I did some work with the Washtenaw Arts Alliance and the Washtenaw Cultural Arts Plan. And then I started to work with the Downtown Merchants Association. And the Downtown Merchants Association was responsible for many years for a lot of the downtown events and activities like Harvest of the Arts Oktoberfest and Ladies Night Out and Sports Cars to Saline. And so I helped produce and actually chaired some of those events.
A lot of events that have become tradition
Yeah,
and
staple,
landmarks
yeah.
in the city. So, and now you're also involved with the chamber and the
I am.
position as project coordinator, which was formerly Mary Alice
It
Smith.
was Mary Alice Smith.
And what led you to want to take that position as well?
You know, I had worked with Art Trapp for many years through the downtown activities as he worked for the city in the capacity of the downtown manager. Enjoyed working with Art very much. He's very much a doer, and I liked what he was able to make happen downtown when he worked with the city. So he was at the chamber, and he knew Mary Alice was retiring, and we sort of talked, seemed like a very good fit based on the fact that I've already been involved with the city, I've been involved with the downtown activities and a lot of the businesses, so I know a lot of the people, and it's been a pretty good transition. We miss Mary Alice. She was so highly organized and so dedicated. There are a lot of things I think that I need to catch up on, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it.
And for someone who didn't know, could you kind of give the rundown on what that position does?
The project coordinator at the chamber is responsible for basically the chamber functions. They do a building business relationships breakfast once a month, and we hold our next big event is Saline Salutes, which is a citizen award, and we're accepting nominations until February 14th. There are 3 categories to that: Citizen of the Year, and Lifetime Achievement, and the George A. Anderson Vision Award. And these awards are a great opportunity to recognize just regular citizens in the community who volunteer, who help make it a better place. And the Chamber's been doing these awards for many years now, so I'll help produce that event. And there are several other events during the year, including the parade. So,
And if anyone wanted to nominate someone, the forms are available on the
Online.
chamber website.
They are, and for the first time, we have made them a Google Doc, an electronic submission. So that's a step forward, I think, and hopefully we'll get lots of good nominations.
Great. And so you're kind of continuing in your, I don't want to say career, but passion for community events and
Yeah.
community organizations. We talked a little bit about, now that you're a member of council, that you'll be joining specific committees as well.
Mhm.
The Parks Commission is one. Would you
Yes.
like to talk about that a little bit?
As a council member, you are assigned as liaison from council to committees and groups. So I am taking over for Jim Peters, whose seat he decided not to run this term. And Jim was on Parks Commission and very successful. You know, Jim started the Salt Flats Park, which I'm really excited about. There's a presentation, the Historical Society is doing a presentation, is it this month?
Yeah,
At 2
I
p.m.
believe
at the
so.
library.
Mhm.
And I'm excited to hear about that. But so Parks Commission will be my assignment, and I couldn't have chosen better. I think the Parks Commission is just a wonderful group of people. Our parks are stunning, and they really work hard. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event.
Yeah.
And so for anyone who's watching, do you have any specific goals in mind with your tenure on council right now, or?
You know, I think the past few years have been really hard. And I watched sort of the city struggle, financial issues and growth and other issues. My take on this is I really feel it's important that we maintain quality services and have this, we depend on them. I live downtown, so I'm a city resident, and to do that and be financially responsible at the same time is a balance. I think it's a great council right now. I think they all have really solid ideas about how to guide the city in that respect. So I think, you know, I am just a pretty common resident. I have a family, you know, I live in a modest house downtown. I've been in town for a long time, and I think I represent a good majority of the people in Saline. And I have a big picture mentality. I don't really have any specific issues. I don't want to see some specific thing happen. I just really am here for sort of the overall good.
That's great. Just really quickly, you mentioned that you live downtown, and
I do.
you mentioned that you have a historical home.
I do.
Which is really neat.
Yeah.
I love those.
120 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot of work, too.
And it's got to be very cold in the winter, which it is.
Is there anything else you'd want people to know, or a message you'd like to get out?
I think one of the best things about our community, you know, we've got great schools, we've got a beautiful downtown, we've got great parks, and great people. And sharing your talents with the community is one of the things that I would stress. I have felt that my life has been super enriched by my involvement with not only the downtown groups, but the other groups in the community, the arts, and volunteering to help at events or volunteering in the schools, which I did when my kids were little, has really enriched my life. And I think it is a quality of life that we're all sort of striving for. So participate. I would love to see more participation, you know, even if it's a couple hours, once a year. It still gets you involved in the community, and I have really benefited from that, and I'd love to see other people doing that.
And there are so many opportunities
There
in
are.
the city.
There are. I believe there are on the city website, on the chamber website, and I believe on the Main Street website, there are opportunities to click a button and put your name in the hat as a volunteer, and someone will call you. So I think that it's worth taking advantage of.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in today and speaking with me and
Thanks.
letting people in Saline get to know you a little bit better.
Thanks.
So, thank you again for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank you.
This has been an SCTN production.